out, you crazy old hag! This slap is for bullying my daughter, and this one's for looking down on people. You dare? This one's for demanding a $188 million bride price. I finally found my daughter, and I haven't even had the chance to spoil her yet. And you treat her like this? Don't you look down on poor people? Come on, try looking down on me again. Assistant Shu rushing around like this, that's not like you. Ms. Shen, we found your daughters. What did you say? The DNA database confirmed it. Ye Qingtang, female, 28. Ye Qinghe, female, 28. Both are a 99.99% match with your DNA sample. Where are they? Ye Qingtang works as a wedding coordinator downtown. She's engaged, and her wedding is being held at Wating Hotel today. Ye Qinghe runs a deli stall at the Old Town Market and lives with her adoptive mother. She's spent years working the stall while caring for her, and money's been tight. Let's go. Miss Shen, how are you planning to go? What do you mean, how? I'll go tell them who I am. No, Miss Shen, calm down. I am calm. If you show up like this, who'll believe you? That custom suit cost $120,000, and those shoes were $40,000. If you walk up looking this rich and say, I'm your mom who disappeared 28 years ago, what do you think they'll assume? They'll think you're after money, some high-end scammer. Or they'll think you suddenly showed up because you want them to support you when you're old. I have the DNA reports, they're real. Reports can be faked, they won't believe you that easily, and once you show those reports, word will spread through Shengjing in no time. Ms. Shen, do you want your daughters back, or do you want to use these reports to test whether they're after your money? If you show up as chairwoman of Shengjing Group, they might accept your fortune, not you. If you really want to know whether they'll accept you as their mom, go as an ordinary old woman first. See whether they care about you or your status. You've really thought of everything. I'm your assistant. It's my job to think ahead. I already put 2 sets of clothes in the car downstairs. We're leaving now. Wedding hotel first. Jesus, what a pain in the ass. Where's your phone? Here. This one matches your outfit better, and it won't draw attention. What is it? Ms. Shen, your eldest daughter's wedding has already started. Then let's go straight there. What else? Something happened at the wedding. The groom's family suddenly made a demand of your daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our warmest applause as we witness the wedding of Fu Chengzhe and Ye Qingtang. Wait, Mrs. Zhou, what are you? Ye Qingtang, hand over the $188 million entrance gift. Ma'am, what did you just say? Was I not clear enough? If you're marrying into the Fu family today, the entrance gift is $188 million, not a penny less. No money, no wedding. You're demanding more money on our wedding day? Chengzhe, nobody ever told me about this. Qingtang, don't panic. How can I not panic? The wedding already started, and now your mom wants $188 million before she'll let me marry you. It's tradition. Our Fu family won't accept a penny less. I paid for my dress and covered as much of the banquet and decorations as I could, but you're only telling me about this $188 million today. I don't have it, and I shouldn't be forced to pay it. If you can't pay, why are you getting married? Mrs. Fu demanding money on the wedding day is forcing Qingtang to bow her head. Making the bride pay in front of every guest isn't a family matter. It's extortion at the altar. Put your hand down. Fu Chengzi, is that what you think too? I was afraid if I told you earlier, you'd never agree. You knew I'd say no, so you waited until the moment it'd be hardest for me to refuse. That $188 million came from selling your house. It's just sitting there anyway. Once it's invested in Chengzi's company, whatever it earns belongs to both of you. We're not even married yet, and you've already decided what to do with my money. If a woman won't spend money on her husband after marriage, how can she call herself family? That house was left to me by my adoptive parents. What gives you the right to decide where that money goes? Let's finish the wedding first. I'll explain everything afterward. You want me to stand at my own wedding, let your mom demand $1.88 million in front of everyone, and just swallow it? Do you have to make it sound so ugly? What's ugly, what I'm saying or what you did? 10 minutes. If the $1.88 million isn't there, the wedding is off. Transfer $188 million to this account within 10 minutes. Money arrives, wedding continues. No money, and you're not entering the Fu family. You even had the account ready. Do you really have to humiliate me like this? I'm the one being forced onto this stage. I'm the one being humiliated. The company is just having temporary cash flow problems. Once we're married, we're supposed to face things together. Facing it together means you tell me beforehand and we decide together. Not you and your mom preparing an account and making me transfer money in front of everyone. Just transfer the money first. We'll talk after the wedding. So your idea of an explanation is, I pay first, give in first, then wait for you to decide how much truth I deserve. The $188 million isn't about money. It's about your attitude toward joining this family. Then what kind of attitude is Fu Chengzi showing by marrying me? The fact that he's willing to marry you is sincerity enough. So in your eyes, I should already be grateful just to stand here. Qingtang, don't marry him. Yeah, Qingtang, I'm asking you one last time. Are you marrying him today or not? If I don't pay the $1.88 million, are you still willing to marry me? Marriage can't be about love alone. We have to think about reality too. And reality means you think I'm not worth marrying unless I pay. Don't be so extreme. I get it now. The wedding's off. The moment you told me to just put up with it, we were already over. Sweetheart, Mom finally found you. Mom? Qingtang, do you know her? I've never seen her before. That's okay. We can redo the test. You can choose the lab yourself. I'm sorry, Mom came too late. Claiming some poor birth mom at your wedding? You people sure know how to pick your timing. Joe, you may say whatever you want about me. Don't talk about her like that. A report? Who knows if it's real? Dressed like that and suddenly claiming a daughter right after she sold her house? You obviously just want a cut of the money. Perfect. Then you can pay her $1.88 million entrance gift. She doesn't need to pay for me. I won't take her money, and I won't put the money from my house into Fu Cheng's company. Where were you when she was being cornered on that wedding stage? This is between Qingtang and me. You didn't want a wedding, you wanted to humiliate her in public. What right does some poor old woman have to lecture my son? Whether she has the right isn't up to you. Yeah, Qingtang, today you choose one, this wedding or your poor birth mother. Qingtang, if you accept her now, you're declaring war on my mom. I'm already done with your Fu family. You're really throwing away our 3-year relationship for someone who just showed up. I'm not the one throwing it away. You pushed me onto that wedding stage yourself and showed everyone how little you thought I was worth. Qingtang, I won't pressure you. We can redo the DNA test. If you really are my mom, I'll go with you, even if you don't have a penny. I don't want this wedding anymore, but I do want my mom. Fu Chengzi, we're done. Yeah, Qingtang, if you walk out today, don't come begging to come back later. I'm not coming back. You can't just cancel the wedding and walk away. You're paying every penny of the losses. You're the ones who suddenly demanded money. Why should Qingtang pay? I've been recording since you first demanded the $188 million. Who forced this wedding to stop and who's responsible can be decided by the professionals. She already said it's over. If she doesn't want you touching her, keep your hands to yourself. Mrs. Zhou, we can settle the bill, but I pay what I owe, not what you demand. The venue, the banquet, the MC, and the damage to the Fu family's reputation, you're paying for all of it. Fu Cheng's company has been behind on supplier payments for 2 months. You forced Qingtang to put her house sale money into it. That wasn't a wedding gift. You were using her money to plug your financial hole. You were the one who helped me organize the company's original supplier process. You know better than anyone that once this money comes in, the company can survive. I helped you because I believed we were going to become family. That doesn't mean you could take my house money behind my back. If the company survives, we both benefit in the end. You hid the debt from me, shut me out of the decision, then expected me to use the house my adoptive parents left me to pay your debt. That's manipulation. Once you calm down, you'll end up begging Chengzi to forgive you anyway. I won't beg him. If I make my mom apologize, would you come back? We can redo the wedding, and I'll figure out another way to deal with the company's money problem later. You think we ended because of $188 million? Wasn't that why? No, it ended because when I was cornered at our wedding, you told me to just take it. You knew the truth and helped everyone lie to me. Money can be earned again. Trust can't. Without Chengzi, what future do you even have? I am my own future. The lawyer has taken over the refunds and liability issues. I'll keep an eye on the rest so the Fu family can't use this to keep dragging you down. Wanting thank you. For what? Just focus on getting your life back on track. You only slept 3 hours again last night. The booth will calm down after this week. Take your medicine on time. I'll be back at noon. Why is this stupid thing harder than running a board meeting? You've run board meetings before? Chairwoman Shen, the group has called 3 times. Chengxian scheduled the Rongtai project signing meeting for tomorrow. She just walked away from a wedding disaster. I don't want to give her another lie today. What lie? I'm not an ordinary person. I'm the chairwoman of Shengjing Group. So you've been lying to me since the wedding? Yes, I'll tell you everything. Take me to Shengjing. I want to see for myself how many other things you've been hiding from me. Good morning, Chairwoman Shen. Chairwoman Shen. Ms. Ya, hiding her identity was never our intention. She's the chairwoman, pretending to be poor, testing me, deciding when to tell me the truth. Those were all her choices. Chairwoman Shen, Rongtai's people are here, and the woman with you is... At the wedding, Fu Chengzi lied to me once. Then I came home and got lied to by you too. You could have shut everyone at that wedding up whenever you wanted. Why did you just stand there and watch me? I could give you 1.88 million, but I couldn't choose that man for you. So what were you judging? Whether I was after Shengjing's money? What I hated most was Chengzi making decisions for me. But you did the same thing by deciding when I deserved to know the truth. You're right. I was afraid of losing my daughter again, so I made the decision for you. But being afraid doesn't excuse lying to you. Mom was wrong. I can't forgive you right away. Give me some time to think this through on my own. Okay, I'll wait. You don't have to join Shengjing, and you don't have to accept any plan I make for you. I just want you to understand the life I live every day. I still haven't fully forgiven you. I know. But after that wedding, I need a fresh start too. Joining Shengjing is my choice. It doesn't mean I accept the inheritance, and it definitely doesn't mean yesterday is forgotten. How do you want to start? From the bottom. Chairwoman Shen just found her daughter. Giving her an associate director position wouldn't be unreasonable. Being her daughter is about my relationship with my mom, not my job title. I used to handle wedding planning and business operations. I can review contracts, manage workflows, and preserve evidence. I'll start as a project assistant. Vice President Chung seems pretty eager to parachute her into a high position. The higher someone gets dropped in, the harder they fall. Then give her the toughest project. How many commercial projects have you worked on? No major ones. I used to handle wedding planning and business operations. The project department doesn't carry dead weight. Review Rongtai Capital's community commercial partnership and list the risks within 3 hours. Should I separate the risks into funding, contracts, and supply chain? If she can't do it, someone else will just clean up her mess. First day and you're already claiming there are major risks? First, the promised returns are far above similar projects. Second, Shengjing carries most of the guarantee liability. Third, the contract attachments are missing 4 pages. Missing pages can be added, not signing until they are. What? The group has worked on this project for months, and a rookie reads a few pages and wants to stop everything? I don't have the authority to stop it, but I do have a responsibility to document the risks. If Rongtai goes to a competitor, who takes responsibility for the loss? Whoever approves the deal. My name will not be on a risk acknowledgement for a contract with missing attachments. Chairwoman Shen's daughter really does have guts. Qingtang, so you really are still mad. Did your mom send you? Does she regret not getting the 1.88 million, or does she regret insulting the wrong person? I just wanted to see how you were doing. Do you regret losing me or losing your chance to become Shengjing's son-in-law? This is a workplace, not somewhere for you to talk about our relationship. Mr. Fu wants to get onto Shengjing's supplier list? Vice President Chung has a way. That depends on what Mr. Fu is willing to give in return. The window for this project is only 3 days. If we stall any longer, Rongtai will partner with someone else. Rongtai doesn't take equal responsibility. If the project makes money, both sides profit. If it loses money, Shengjing takes the hit. That's not a partnership. The risk and reward are completely uneven. Then put that in the main terms. Don't bury it in the attachments. If Rongtai goes to a competitor because you paused the project, who takes responsibility for the loss? My job is to document the risks. Management decides whether to sign. Pause the signing for 48 hours. Reevaluate the guarantee liability. In 48 hours, Rongtai may not wait for Shengjing. They ended negotiations because you bypassed reporting procedures and challenged the terms in a formal meeting. VP Chung wants a review, and you're off core projects until it's done. Don't you feel wronged? I do, but feeling wronged isn't evidence. She chose not to rely on me, so I can't make an exception the first time she faces discipline. But Chung Xian is using this reassignment to pressure her. Then let Xing Tang figure out for herself what he's so desperate about. The project Rongtai moved over is already running out of money. Xing Tang is the daughter of Shengjing's chairwoman now. Go to her and get Shengjing to give our company a project. She won't help me. Then go to Vice President Chung. If the company collapses, you won't even have the luxury of regretting it. The project Rongtai transferred to Sheng Yuan has run out of cash. If Shengjing had signed, we wouldn't be plugging a 1.88 million hole right now. We'd be covering over $1 billion. Ye Qingtang spotted a major risk early. I recommend restoring her project access and considering an early promotion. Restore her project access, but no promotion. She proved the project was risky. She hasn't proved who was deliberately trying to dump that risk onto Shengjing. You're awfully strict with your own daughter, Chairwoman Shen. Exactly because she's my daughter, I can't let anyone say she got there because of me. I'll keep investigating. We've confirmed the second young lady's exact stall and home address. She goes to Xinglong Market around 3 a.m. every day to buy stock. I'll keep checking Zhou Jucheng's dealings with Jingcheng Consulting. This lead stays open. Tell me the second anything new comes up. I'll go with you. You're not mad at me anymore. I still am. But she's my sister too. What happened between us can't be the reason she keeps waiting. This time, don't test her again, and don't pretend you're broke. Tell her the truth and let her decide for herself. Looks like she's had it even harder than I have. Ms. He, I'll carry it. Move the refrigerated stuff first. Don't stack it randomly by weight. If the temperature goes bad, everything we bought this morning is ruined. What she needs most right now is to save the stock. There are still 8 months left on the lease. Why raise the fees now? You charged a management fee last month, and now you're charging again under a new name. Where's the money going? Where are the receipts? No explanation. No one touches my stall. Chen, take it to the cold storage next door. Save whatever you can. The contract is crystal clear. Rent is paid yearly, and utilities must stay on. You cut the power today, so who's paying for the spoiled goods? Then move out if you've got a problem. I'm not leaving. If you're trying to force out longtime vendors, explain the contract first. Kinky, I came here to see you. Do we know each other? I'm your biological mother. She's your twin sister. You were born together. It's normal that you don't believe me. We can do another DNA test. You can choose the lab. Don't call me your sister. I don't even know who you people are yet. I don't have time for some family reunion right now. My goods are spoiled and someone at home is waiting for medicine. The person at home is your adoptive mother? Even if that report is real, I'm not abandoning the mom who raised me for 28 years. I'll redo the test, but I need to make one thing clear. She's my mom, she's not a nanny, and she's not someone you can just send away. Thank you for raising her. Is this how rich people do family reunions? You just erase everyone from the person's old life? I only recently found my mom too. I know when strangers suddenly show up, words don't mean much. You have to prove it with actions. You already went back to that rich family with her. Of course you'd take her side. I joined Shengjing, but I didn't magically become the daughter she knew overnight. We're still learning how to be a family too. Qinghe, now that the report is here, finish the test. Don't give yourself something to regret later. How much debt is left? $200,000. I can take care of it for you first. Paying off my debt the first time we meet? If that's not charity, what is? She's just worried about you. One of you is the chairwoman and the other already works at Shengjing. Of course, $270,000 sounds like nothing to you. I get up at 3 a.m. every day. I'm not waiting for someone to come back and buy my life for me. I'm not trying to buy you. I've never had a sister before. I just don't know how I'm supposed to help. Keep the amount in every box consistent. Giving extra isn't generosity. It means making less money every day. Yesterday, I really did sound like I was offering charity. So today I came to work and see how you actually live. At my wedding, people tried to pressure me with money. I shouldn't turn around and do the same thing to you. Don't think working one day means I'll suddenly start calling you my sister. That's okay, take your time. Rich heiress, keep that bucket steady. Project assistant. Not an heiress. You write all this down every day? How much came in, how much spoiled, and how much is left. If you don't track it, by the end of the month, all you'll have is a lot of work and no idea where the money went. Finding my birth family doesn't mean I'm leaving this home. No one's asking you to leave. And I'm not sending her to some nursing home. She raised my daughter for 28 years. If you accept her as your mother, then so will I. Chairwoman Shen, I'm just an ordinary person. You're Ching-hee's mother. There's nothing ordinary about that. I'm not moving out. Okay. I'll pay this debt myself. I appreciate that you're willing to help, but I can't dump all my responsibilities on you. The market raising fees and cutting power isn't just about money. The accounting firm is backed by Rongtai Capital. The same Rongtai that's working with Shengjing? Yes. They force vendors out first, then drive down the market's valuation. Tomorrow we'll go confront them together. I'll go with you tomorrow. Upgrading the market is a good thing. Once the current vendors leave, we'll bring in branded stores and modernize the place. Then why did you cut our power first? Rongtai wants to buy the market cheap. First they force vendors out, then they use the vacancy rate to lower the valuation. Ms. Ye, this is a market management decision. It's not a Shengjing project. Rongtai is negotiating a community retail partnership with Shengjing. What you're doing here will be part of our partner review. Restore the power, refund the duplicate fees, honor the remaining leases, and reimburse today's spoiled goods with receipts. Mr. Luo, Shen Lanqi's two daughters finally met. The duplicate management fees will be refunded and spoiled goods will be reimbursed based on purchase receipts. Not just mine. Every vendor affected by today's power outage gets compensated. The amounts and contact information are all here. You sisters really came prepared. It's not that we came prepared. You just made what you were doing way too obvious. One day working a stall and my hands are already wrecked. You just called us sisters. I was just going along with what she said. Don't get carried away. Dinner's ready. Today the three of us are going home together. When I was little, Mom always saved the best part of the fish for me. From now on, tell me as much as you want. I'll listen. Mom, the soup's hot. Drink it slowly. What did you just call me? I heard you. You heard me. Mom heard you? The retail division has had some inventory and purchasing problems lately. I'd like you to take a look, but whether you take the job is completely up to you. I don't know anything about running a corporation. You understand products better than most people, and you know exactly who gets hurt when the books are a mess. Then I'll take a look. But I'm starting at the bottom. I'm not taking some position you arranged for me. Under Chairwoman Shen's arrangement, we can start you as an assistant regional operations manager. That's way too high. I don't even know which way the Shengjing warehouse door opens. What right do I have to manage a whole region? Starting in warehouses and stores is hard work, and frontline staff won't cooperate just because you're Chairwoman Shen's daughter. I've been hauling goods at 3 a.m. That's no easier than warehouse work. Then where do you want to start? Warehouse inventory clerk. Leave the management position open. Ye Jing-hee will start as a regional warehouse inventory clerk and her identity stays confidential. Pay me the standard wage for the job. I don't want any special allowance. One daughter joins the project division, the other joins retail. Since when did Shengjing become the Shen family's private business? They're both starting at the bottom. VP Cheng, if you're worried about fairness, you're welcome to watch their performance reviews. Section 3 has the worst backlog. Finish counting everything there today. The supervisor told us to do it this way. It's just a few boxes of old inventory. As long as the numbers match on paper, it's fine. You're new here. Don't stick your nose into things that aren't your business. The books say the goods are here, but the warehouse is empty. What are you supposed to ship when the stores need restocking? The warehouse has its own way of handling things. At a produce market, one missing box means someone goes without that day. Shengjing is missing 420 boxes, and you're telling me to ignore it? This batch got upgraded packaging. A slightly higher purchase price is normal. Same specs, same weight. All they changed was the box, and the price went up 30%. I checked with 3 suppliers at the same level. Every one of them quoted lower than our contract price. You're an inventory clerk. Just worry about the quantities. I may not understand contracts yet, but I can learn. I calculate what a pound of goods is worth every single day. An abnormal purchase price isn't enough. We need to prove where the extra money actually went. So what I saw with my own eyes doesn't count until you stamp some paperwork. I'm helping you make the evidence airtight. The 2 consulting companies receiving the payments have the exact same address. This company only provides consulting, yet it takes 12% of the procurement budget. Tracing the money takes time. The warehouse ships next week, and those 420 cases on the books don't even exist. By the time you finish checking every document, the stores will already be out of stock. Without proof of payment, even if you prove the warehouse is empty, they can still blame it on poor management. And you still think what I saw on site doesn't count as evidence. Qingtang tracks the money, Qingtuan checks the goods. This was always something we had to investigate from both sides. You keep tracking the inventory and I'll trace the payments. Fine, but stop dismissing what I see before I even finish talking. Zhou Jiqin, a shareholder of Jingcheng Consulting, is Cheng Xian's wife's younger brother. The family connection is suspicious, but it doesn't prove Cheng took money. You're worried we'll tip him off? If he hid this connection for 3 years, there's no way he left only one trail. Who told you she's the second daughter? Write off the inventory shortage as goods in transit, then replace the empty boxes. If he won't stop, get him out of the warehouse. She's the daughter Chairman Shen just found and brought home. Old employees have worked for Shengjing for over 10 years, and somehow we matter less than someone who just came back. You're scared of her? I'm not. You contacted suppliers and copied procurement files without authorization. You're suspended pending investigation. We're missing 420 cases. Why am I the one getting suspended? We can check delivery times, vehicles, and unloading records. Fine, suspend me, but I'm taking my personal inventory notebook and the samples. Those are company records, you can't take them. I made those inventory notes myself. The more afraid you are of me taking them, the more useful they must be. They restocked last night and suspended me. There's still time to pull the warehouse unloading records. The photos prove they rushed an inventory last night, but not who ordered the fake records. Let's trace the shipping numbers first. So we wait until every piece of evidence is perfect again? You're already suspended. We can't give them another excuse to come after you. You always think only paperwork counts as evidence. Tire tracks, mud on the goods, unloading times. None of that counts? You all think I'm just some street vendor, so what I see will never matter as much as words on a piece of paper. I never look down on you. But every time you speak, the first thing you tell me is what doesn't count. Six key suppliers raised prices by 25% at the same time. 2 stopped deliveries. In 3 days, over 40 stores will run out of stock. Rongtai is willing to provide backup suppliers as long as Shengjing restarts the partnership. First, they make the suppliers cut us off, then they show up with backup inventory to save us, and finally, they demand the right to acquire Shengjing. Pork, cooking oil, grain, and packaging prices barely moved. 6 suppliers raising prices by the exact same amount isn't the market. Someone coordinated it. Chairman Shen, you can't bypass the normal procurement process just because she's your daughter. I'm not changing the process because she's my daughter. I'm doing it because her prices are lower and more realistic. Rongtai can give you the project, but only if you hand over the supplier files Ye Qingtang compiled and tell us how he investigates projects. You want me to betray him? You already chose your company over him once at the wedding. Acting devoted now won't save your employees. Rongtai already knew Shengjing would face shortages and losses, then planned to buy it cheap. Step 1, inflate procurement costs and drain the cash. Step 2, use fake inventory to hide the shortage. Step 3, make all the suppliers raise prices at once. Step 4, wrong tie shows up with backup inventory and an acquisition agreement. I'm suspended, I can't get into the warehouse. Goods don't just appear. They need trucks and unloading times. We'll investigate the shipping volume. I'm not dismissing you. You caught the shipping number in your photo. I was the one who missed the details on site before. Let's finish the investigation first. I'll calculate how many trucks can actually come in per day and show them. Your company is short more than 1.88 million. Without a new project, you won't even make payroll next month. Give me the project. What's the condition? Yeah, Jingtang used to organize your supplier process. You know better than anyone where he starts investigating and who he trusts. This is the template he used to organize suppliers, plus the service providers he contacted most often. Pleasure doing business. This contract was designed specifically for me. The stores run out of stock in 3 days. This supplier can restock immediately. We have to sign today. At least the page numbers are consecutive this time. Consecutive page numbers don't mean the contract is complete. The original made suppliers responsible for delays and quality. This one dumps everything on Shengjing, plus 5 years of exclusive purchasing and liability for shortages. Can you handle that? No, I can't. That's exactly why I can't sign a contract that'll bleed Shengjing dry for years. You still haven't taken your afternoon medicine. Leave it there. Your hands have been shaking for 2 days. Don't tell them. The records say 30 trucks came in last Tuesday. Unloading, inspection, and logging each truck takes at least 40 minutes. The warehouse only operated 8 hours that day, and the power was out for 2. There's no way 30 trucks came through. I only unloaded 8 trucks that day. My supervisor told me to enter 30 into the system. Does my on-site experience count as evidence now? It does. It's not that your experience isn't evidence. I was just too used to trusting only the kind of evidence I understood. Then next time, don't start by telling me what doesn't count. Hear me out first, okay? 30 trucks never came in, but every single one was paid for. You've already gotten dizzy twice today. Take your medicine first. Don't tell them yet. We can't let things fall apart before the supply chain is stabilized. You skipped your medicine again, and you didn't touch dinner. I can't eat until the supply chain is stable. Your 2 daughters are already investigating. At least get 1 night's rest. I searched for them for 28 years. I just got them back, and now I'm making them carry the company for me. Where's your medicine? You haven't been taking it on time for the past 2 days? You've been hiding this from us. The company isn't going to collapse because you sit down for 10 minutes. This time, let us carry the weight for you. Chairman Shen isn't well. The group needs stability. Your sister blew this up over a few warehouse numbers. Sooner or later, she'll drag you down too. What she sees in the warehouse is more real than the reports on your desk. Ever since you 2 came back, Chairman Shen has forgotten the veteran employees who built this company with him. Anyone who truly helped build Shengjing wouldn't sell the company to Rongtai for pennies on the dollar. Yet Qingtang will join the strategy center. At best, you'll be stuck managing warehouses and stores. I'm not doing this for the inheritance. If you don't fight for your place, he'll decide where you belong for you. That attempt to turn us against each other was way too obvious. My mom said you can't take medicine on an empty stomach, so she asked me to bring you some porridge. The doctor said years of overwork are causing your blood pressure to fluctuate. You need to take your medicine on time and get regular checkups. I know. I'll take my medicine on time from now on, and I won't hide things from you anymore. You're suspended. You can't keep contacting warehouse employees behind their backs. If I don't talk to them, how am I supposed to find out who changed the records? Cheng Xian met with you alone. Why didn't you tell me? He came to you too. You didn't tell me either. One of you was afraid her sister would get hurt, and the other was afraid her sister would be fooled. So neither of you said anything. How is that different from when you hid your identities from me? We can rebuild the group if we lose it, but if something happens to either of you, another 28 years won't bring you back. Promise me you won't take risks alone and you won't hide things from each other. I promise. Me too. Xiaosong also backed up a voice message Du Guocheng forwarded to the warehouse group chat. It sounds like Cheng Xian, but he can't tell if it was edited. First, verify the original file's send time and where it was forwarded from. Once we know it's complete, we can use it. You promised me a project. Shengjing can barely save itself now. What value does your company even have? I'll give you the evidence and I'll testify too. Can you get Shengjing to save my company? You want to trade evidence that the group was being gutted for your company's survival? My company still has employees. They didn't do anything wrong. First, you handed Rongtai my work habits and old files. Now you're bringing me their evidence and trying to sell it back to me. At the wedding, you also said your company needed money. That's why you went after the money from my house. I didn't have another choice. Every time you say there was no other choice, someone else ends up paying the price. Evidence is how you make up for your mistakes, not leverage to demand something from me again. Luo Zhengkang is getting ready to write off my company. Once Shengjing gets acquired, he won't keep me around either. Cheng Xian said if Shengjing's community stores run out of stock, the company's valuation will drop at least another 30% within a month. If I hand over all the evidence and explain everything myself, will you forgive me? No. But telling the truth today will keep you from making one more mistake. Here's the internal valuation Cheng Xian sent to Rongtai. What we're still missing is proof that he personally ordered the warehouse to falsify the books. The original audio Xiaosong provided has been verified. The timestamp, source, and integrity are all admissible as evidence. Book it before the goods even arrive. The shipping numbers on the restocking orders don't match the records or the suppliers, but payment for the same shipment went through normally to Jincheng Consulting on that exact same day. The goods never entered the warehouse, but the money was already gone. The fake inventory started 6 months ago. The books showed plenty of stock while the warehouse was empty. A month ago, Rongtai had already drafted a lowball buyout offer. 3 years ago, Cheng Xian started using Jincheng Consulting to funnel benefits. After we came back, he was afraid we'd expose him, so he pushed the supply cutoff and acquisition ahead of schedule. This week, the suppliers all raised prices at once to force Shengjing into a stockout. Once Shengjing couldn't hold out, Shen Lanqi would have to sell, and the 2 daughters she'd just found, they wouldn't be able to do much. I trusted him for 18 years. Tomorrow you won't be facing him alone. Didn't he say we couldn't make waves? Then let's show him. He'll make the first move tomorrow. Over the past month, Shengjing has suspended project after project. Suppliers raised prices, warehouse counts were a mess. The root problem is management failure. Vice President Cheng, who do you think should be held responsible? After Chairman Shen found her daughters, she brought 2 people with no group experience into core operations. One blocked the Rongtai project, and the other disrupted the warehouse and suppliers. Rongtai is willing to take on the current supply pressure. Sign today, and all deliveries will be restored within 3 days. The vote is at 3 p.m. Before then, Chairman Shen should think carefully. Do you want to keep your position or keep Shengjing? Stop using the suppliers controlled by Rongtai. 3 replacement suppliers will cover basic goods. Keep only 3 days of stock in the warehouse. No excess inventory. We can increase volume temporarily, but Shengjing used to pay slowly. New orders will be settled by batch. Nearby stores get 2 deliveries a day, mid-range stores 1, and farther stores every other day. Load the trucks in store order, skip the second sorting at the warehouse, and we can cut the time in half. All 40 stores can restock basic goods today. The basic groceries and refrigerated goods are here. Customers can shop normally again. Restock the items that have been missing the longest first. Don't pile everything up front just to make the shelves look full. The first round of restocking is done, and our average purchase price even dropped. You have no right to speak at a board meeting. She solved the most serious supply problem in your report. She's qualified to explain the results. I'm not protecting her because she's my daughter. I'm backing the person who can actually get goods into the stores. The supply issue is under control for now. What about the fake books and kickbacks? Where's the evidence? It's all right here. Starting 3 years ago, several Shengjing purchasing contracts suddenly included consulting fees. The recipient was Jincheng Consulting. What's wrong with a legal consulting contract? Jincheng had no matching staff or service records, yet it took 12% of the purchasing payments. Shengjing paid freight for 30 truckloads, but the warehouse only unloaded 8 that day. The other 22 never arrived, yet every one of them was paid for. Maybe it was just a bookkeeping error. A bookkeeping error doesn't happen for 6 straight months, and it doesn't send money to the same group of linked accounts every single time. Still think it was a data entry mistake? Then listen to the order you gave yourself. Book the goods before they arrive, use the next shipment to fill the gap before month end, don't let the inventory check expose it. You're taking that out of context. I was talking about normal cross-period accounting. Normal accounting doesn't use empty boxes to fake occupied storage space, and it doesn't require overnight restocking right after my inventory check. Shengjing has internal management problems. That has nothing to do with Rongtai. Then why did Rongtai get the shortage data 3 months early and use it to draft a lowball acquisition plan? Shengjing server kept the transmission logs. The recipient was Rongtai Capital. Blame everything at the warehouse on Du Guoqiang. He's worked there for over 10 years. Every process went through him. Once you go in, you'll still have to take responsibility. I know. Then why are you still going? If I don't, every mistake gets pinned on me. If I do, at least I can make it clear who gave the orders. I can't personally oversee every warehouse inventory check. When things went wrong, you told Du Guoqiang to swap in empty boxes and suspend me. Now you're saying you knew nothing? Do you have direct evidence? Du Guoqiang, think carefully before you answer. I made mistakes and I'll own them. But you said if anything went wrong, I'd take all the blame. I won't accept that. This is the staff layoff plan for after Rongtai acquires Shengjing's retail business, approved by Cheng Xian. 18 years ago, I promoted you from regional manager to vice president. Yours was the first appointment I signed. That's why I gave Shengjing 18 years of my life. I fought for this company for 18 years, and I was still stuck as vice president. 3 years ago, I started planning my own escape route. The moment they came back, you weren't even planning to leave me my last position. I was doing warehouse inventory. My sister was a project assistant. Neither of us touched your vice president position. We didn't steal your position from you. You sold it to Rongtai yourself. Without me, Shengjing, no one gets to use 18 years of service as permission to hurt Shengjing. Effective immediately, you're stripped of every position and all authority at Shengjing. All related files will be turned over to Group Legal and the Special Audit Team. However much you embezzled, however much you leaked, we'll investigate every single transaction. 18 years of history between us ends here. Misconduct by Shengjing employees doesn't mean Rongtai's acquisition is unreasonable. Your cash flow pressure still exists. The new suppliers completed 2 rounds of restocking. Average purchase prices fell 18%. All 40 stores have basic supplies again, and the 3-day turnover route is stable. Rongtai used supplier cutoffs and internal leaks to drive down Shengjing's valuation. That's a serious breach of contract. The partnership is terminated, and damages will be pursued under the contract. Vendors at Xinglong Market are back under their original contracts. Compensation for illegal fee hikes and power shutoffs has been paid. Rongtai's urban renewal project is terminated as well. You really think Shengjing can survive without Rongtai? I move to reject Rongtai's acquisition, restore Chairman Shen's full management authority, and begin internal restructuring. One of them understands contracts, the other understands inventory. You just never took either of them seriously. Ye Qingtang will serve as Project Risk Review Manager, with a 6-month probation period responsible for reviewing major contracts and business partners. I won't join the board and I won't accept the title of heir. Ye Qinghe will serve as Supply Chain Operations Manager, with a 6-month probation period responsible for warehouse purchasing and store delivery optimization. If you can't do the job, you'll be treated like any other manager. If I can't do it, I'll be the first to step down. You didn't come back to inherit a ready-made Shengjing. You came back to earn your own place in it. Qingtang Chengze, the company really can't hold on anymore. For old time's sake, please put in a word with Shenzhen for us. Mom, stop. The company is already in liquidation. If it hadn't been for what happened at the wedding, Everything that should have been refunded from the wedding has been refunded. I've also paid everything I was responsible for. Beyond that, we have nothing to do with each other. You're really going to be this heartless? I'm just done taking responsibility for your choices. Only then did he finally understand. What he lost at that wedding was never just 1.88 million yuan. The community retail business is back to normal. Purchasing and warehouse reforms are complete, and the first phase of the special audit has finished its preliminary review. Evidence of Cheng Xian's suspected embezzlement and information leaks has been turned over for investigation. Du Guoqiang is cooperating based on his actual responsibility, and proceedings against Rong Tai for breach of contract have begun. That's enough work for today. Tonight we're just having dinner. Chairman Shen, I'm just your assistant. I don't count as family, right? You've been by my side for 15 years, and now you want to say you're not family? Your positions at the company are something you have to earn. Your place in this family is something you never have to prove. Mom, that includes you. You raised Qinghe for 28 years. Of course you have a place here. If you want a hug, just hug me. Doesn't your arm get tired holding it up like that? Mom finally found both of you and brought you home.